Thank you for joining us on the Overcomers Overcoming podcast series, where we profile those who have overcome or those who are in the process of overcoming any life topic. We have three objectives with this podcast series. Our first objective is we want you to know that whatever you're experiencing in life, whatever you're encountering, you're not alone. We want to join you to let you know that we together can help you through whatever challenge you may have that at the time may seem too difficult to be able to overcome. Our second objective is to help you determine with a very confident resolve there are multiple solutions, multiple factors involved in any life encounter. It's a matter of thinking into and thinking through the life situation you are encountering to determine the various options, the various solutions that are available to you. Our third objective is to help you with critical thinking skills. If whatever you're experiencing is a result of a decision you made sometime in the past, such that if you had a life redo, you would make a different decision, we want to help you determine the objective facts and factors to evaluate to help you reach a more informed decision. I'm Ron Cooper, founder of the Cooper Culture. I'm with my wife and business partner, Marty. Together we are the Cooper Culture, and the Cooper Culture is sponsoring this podcast series. We're featuring Donna Tashjian for our 7th episode. Donna is addressing our listeners about a course that she is opening up and has just completed, Life by Design, Not by Default. Marty, there are some people who are easily distracted by various things in life, and they're uncertain just where they are, what their strengths are, and so forth. This course can help that person define what it is and get better focus on a future life and live a life that God has designed. Marty, what are some takes that our listeners can get from this podcast?
Well, I want to say that Donna is offering a course for you out there that would want more clarity in your strengths, help you focus, and give you understanding of living a life that God has designed for you.
So let's listen together, get more definition on this course to help you determine if this can add some clarity in your life and help you determine God's purpose and design for you. Donna, it's great to have you back with us. And for our listeners, Donna has recorded 6 episodes. And Donna, it's great to have you back with us. I know one of the courses that you have been working on for a period of time is a course that you call Life by Design, Not by Default. And wonder if you want to take some time to explain that to our listeners, possibly who may benefit most by this course.
Yes, I would, and thank you. Yes, this is number 7 together. This course came as I'm pastoring people and coaching people, that how many of us are at the mercy, if you will, of our circumstances. If my circumstances are going well, then I'm doing pretty well. If my circumstances aren't, I may be grinning and bearing it, and even praying and believing for things better, but it affects my joy, it affects my peace. And how can we, Jesus said that he came to give us life and life abundantly. And I want to live that. I want to live that way. I often say that I want everything that he paid for in his death and resurrection. He paid for it, and I want it. And we had talked about it in our last time together, the scripture in 2 Corinthians 14:8, where it talks about the things that are unseen are eternal, and the things that are seen are temporary. So what does all this mean, and how do I create a life by design that God and I are co-laborers together designing, and not just by default, by whatever life may bring? So this program that I've got and the things that I'm going to be sharing today is some of the nuggets about building a life by design so that we can create and develop our spiritual intelligence, because we're a spirit living in a body, having a human experience. But I don't know how to live that way. And I don't know what that means when I feel this and I feel that and this happened and this happened, and I feel like I'm being led by everything that happens. Does that make sense?
It does. Now, I want to interject for myself and our listeners. If I am uncertain what value I may have, if I am uncertain about my worth to people, if I'm just uncertain about myself because of any possibly past life circumstances, can your course, help me over some of these feelings?
Yes, it could help. But generally when working with me, if a person is still unsure that they have a purpose or they're having low self-esteem, my first program is more for them, which is called Turning Your Baggage into Luggage. And so that program is first. So there is some precursors to see if people would qualify for this program. There has to be a certain level of growth that's occurred in their life to be able to fully participate and understand this component of this course.
All right. That is good to know for background information and any prerequisites that would benefit me most.
Great. Well, some of the things that are in the course is we would be covering as an overview. We'd be creating a design, creating a vision for the life that you would like to have. The next part is using 6 invisible gifts that we have that we probably aren't aware of, and how to begin to utilize them so they're actually working in our behavior, our benefit, I mean. And then after we go through those gifts, the next part is going through 12 laws of the Spirit and how to operate them in a way that is working. All of these things are working like gravity. Gravity, if you're jumping off a building, are probably not your friend. But gravity to hold us on the earth is our friend. And so learning how to cooperate with these laws so that they can work on our benefit as opposed to perhaps our not. So those are some of the overview. Any questions coming up for you?
Just one at this point. Let's suppose that I'm talking with a person and they are uncertain just what their purpose is, spiritual gift, God's calling in their life. Is that a person who can benefit from your course, or would there be requisites that you would recommend they take to better qualify and get the most benefit from your course?
Yes. It is for the person who has an idea that there is something more for them to do, and they may know or they may not know. That's the first step, is creating your design, is creating, if you will, an architect drawing a house. What kind of life would you like? And as most people designing a house, they change it. When you're planning a house, all of a sudden you want this changed and that changed, and that's okay. We work as they begin to design the vision for the rest. And those things are adaptable. So, yes.
So you can help me focus a life by design, what God designed me to do, and I'm believing you would help me focus my talents, traits, spiritual gifts, and help me put a focus and keep me from distractions. Am I thinking of the maximum benefit of your course?
Yes, absolutely.
Great.
One of the the 6 invisible gifts that I want to highlight is, I call imagination. If you remember when we were kids, our imagination was something, we could be 1 minute a princess and 1 minute and the next, a superhero. And we were that. And our imagination was very strong. And as we begin to be adults, we find that we want to be more practical. Maybe the word, quit daydreaming. Be more practical. And learning that Imagination is foreseeing what you would like to occur. It's really faith in action. It's seeing things working out well, or it could work as being in the negative, seeing things not work out well. So how do we optimize our imagination? Because it's something, it's creative, and we are creative just like our Father God. And how do we optimize to work in our favor so that we can use our imagination in cooperation with the plans and purposes of God?
There's an expression, and I want to ask you if this might be applicable as far as a mindset for your course. I have no idea who originated what I'm about to say. I'd give the person credit if I knew. Whatever you can conceive and believe, you can achieve. Is that an operative expression, and do you believe that to be true, and would that have any application to your course?
I do believe that to be true, and it works all the time easily in this world in the negative. We imagine things not going well, and we get our fears, if you will. But yes, it is true. But how do we really optimize is what we're getting into. I love that quote. That's a really good one. And I can't remember who said it either right now. But that would be a very good quote to align with this program.
So, Donna, is there another way of saying that as long as it's achievable and we have a way to achieve whatever we're thinking, with God's help, we can achieve that goal? And I don't want to put words in your mouth, and I don't want to try to redirect the conversation, but for the listener who may be saying, this is just the kind of thing I need because I got a lot of things that I like to do, but I just lack a focus.
Yeah. One of the people who I follow said, impossible, is it a fact or is it a mindset? And impossible really isn't a fact. When we believe that it's impossible, it actually becomes impossible. Because with God, nothing is impossible. And one of the wonderful things about this particular program that God has dropped into my heart and spirit is that you don't have to figure out how. You need to learn how to use these tools and working with these laws. But we don't have to figure out how it will happen. Let God work out how, and we use it to be able to. So yes, I would love to work with that.
Now that, what you just said, could be very important to the person who's trying to answer the question from another person who might ask the question, well, Marty, how are you going to accomplish what it is you're conceiving and you want and you do believe you can, but at this point in your life, you don't have the plan, you don't know how you're going to achieve it. Donna, are you all right working with a person like that, or is that too much of the unknown?
No, it is not too much of the unknown. And we're going to develop a plan. And this is the thing about this is that it's systematic. It is taking you one step at a time and helping to find your vision for where you want to go. And each step of the 6 invisible gifts that we have, as well as the laws of the Spirit, build upon each other to help us to be able to create. We really want to live, and we're called to live.
As you're listening to Donna describe her Life by Design, not Life by Default course, does someone within your circle of influence come to mind who can benefit from this course? This person may be one who has a reasonable degree of confidence. They may or may not know their spiritual gift, their talents, but I think the person who might benefit most is the person who just needs someone else's perspective, a confidant who cares about and knows about this person, who can help them refine and define their talents, their spiritual gifts, help put this in a perspective where the person then is able to have a very viable focus. and live a principled life of purpose, having defined everything about them and put a greater focus on, and I look at it as the greater focus being able to limit any distractions that can keep a person from pursuing their God-given design, their God-given goals. My hope is you will think of a person who can benefit from Donna's course and that you'll share this podcast with them. Do whatever you can to encourage that person to contact Donna for the free consultation phone call to determine if they are the right fit for Donna's course.
Well, that's great. Now, what I think I'm processing a lot of what you're saying, Donna, is a lot of this is mindset. Do I have the mindset that I can overcome any adversity? And I'm going to use the term, nobody can keep me from achieving a God-ordained goal. Are those some useful attributes, or am I talking too much ethereal, just imagining too much?
Well, we all have times in our life when we believe anything is possible, but oftentimes life knocks on our butt at times and we begin to wonder if it is possible. So I work with people. This is specifically designed for you. You know there's something more. You don't know what it is necessarily at the time, but you know there's something more that you are called to do. There's something more that you want for your family, for your life. And it could be what somebody else might consider a small dream. It doesn't matter. It's your dream. It's what you would like to do. And through this, learning and developing your spiritual intelligence, I tell you how to get there.
For the person who is inspired so far by everything you're saying, I know I have purpose. I know I have a purpose. Maybe it's not clearly defined. I do believe that I can achieve more. I just need some coaching. I need some help to redirect my life to determine exactly what it is that God has designed for me. Is that the person who could do well with your course?
Yes. When I first began to step into and learn this information, I had walked out of a dark room into sunlight. And it was warm and inviting, and I didn't know what all was in that room, but learning that there is more for us that God has designed, and using the 12 laws of the Spirit and being able to, and all of them are listed on the site, which you can review and check as well, and figure out if this is something for you to be able. I want to help people be all that they can be. And learning this and learning it seems like everything that people have heard, all the things that they've heard in church, it'll begin to make more sense. It will begin to, like the cogs of a wheel fitting together, and everything begins to flow, and it changes everything. This is just amazing, and it was God-given.
Do you offer your course virtually? Is it in person? Is it one-on-one or group? Can you define that a little bit more?
Yes, it is virtually. I am offering this to people all around the world, and it is a group setting. I will work with people individually if they prefer it. There is a difference in the investment that they would work, but I work with people where they are. The first step would be to review the web page, schedule a quick consultation with me, about 10 minutes, and we will talk a little further and see what the best fit is for them.
And what is the web page they would go to learn more and I assume also sign up?
Yes. It is iVibrantLiving.com and then /Life by Design.
And then when a person signs up, are they just at that point asking for more information? And then, do I understand you correctly, do you qualify people to take your course? Is that the conversation you have with them?
I want to just make sure that it's the best fit for them. And so we would discuss where they are in their life and where they want to be. And so when they visit the webpage, they would schedule a consultation. From that, I would let them know the availability of the times and when the groups are, etc., and or one-on-one if they prefer. But yes, it would be to make sure that it's the right fit for them.
Is the course a defined length, or do you work with the person until they reach a goal or a point that the person defines as, yep, I got to where I want to be?
This course is a defined period of time, but if they're not where they want to be at the end of it, we can continue work. Creating their life, creating their plan or vision and design, and the 6 invisible super gifts is for 6 months, and then the 12 laws of spirit are for 6 more months. So it is a year-long.
12-month total training program, and how often per week, per month do you meet, and do you have nominal length of time for each session that you do meet?
Yes, it is 2 times a month or biweekly is more accurate because some months it ends up being 3 times, but it's biweekly. And it is, the sessions are 45 minutes to.
And maybe finally, Donna, what is the cost of the course, or define it as the 12-month period? What would be the investment for each person?
Each person, I work with them with where they are. I've not turned anyone away because of the finances, so we have a recommended amount. But I would talk with each person during the consultation of where they are financially, what their dreams are, and if this would be a good fit, and then we would come to an agreement.
Do you have a total, what I call a customized program for everyone? And do you also have, or at least would you consider, a group rate? Let's just say that there's a group in a church of 25 people, and each of them would like to participate with you.
Yes, I would.
Donna, it sounds like you've got a great program, and I know of several people who are distracted or otherwise just torn between various aspects of their life, and they want and need focus to help determine exactly God's calling and God's direction in their life. And it sounds as if, Donna, this would be the great course for people to take a year long, and you sounds as if you work very personalized, albeit it's in a group setting, but you work very personalized for each person to help them achieve their personal goals. Have I characterized that correctly?
Absolutely. Absolutely. This individual is amazing, and that's my focus, helping them be all they can be. Absolutely.
I am going to suppose, based on how I'm assimilating your program, there is a defined start. In other words, each session builds on the next, or that is, they are progressive. In other words, it's not a rolling start.
That's correct.
A person could not start at session 13 and benefit from everything and keep going. Okay, and you did say that's correct.
We will be we're planning on starting the first week of September, and then that would finish in the beginning of August the following year. And then I will be starting another group in February of 2022 that will also be running for a year.
Do you have a maximum number of people that you can have on any given course?
In any given group, I am limiting it to 8 people, and I will open as many groups as I need to. I have various times, daytime and evenings available, and if I fill 8 and I have 8 more, I just start another group. But, if I have 9 people, that person would need to wait. So the key is if you're interested in this, don't delay. Contact me.
Sounds like 8 people being the optimum size, not necessarily the maximum, but the optimum size. It can be very personalized, and people can expect to get individual attention. That sounds like that's just a nice size group.
Absolutely. That's why I limit it to that size, is because in 45 minutes to an hour, I want everybody.
Donna, congratulations on putting this program together, and we hope many of our listeners will want to participate with you. Tell us one more time before we close, Donna, the website that they would go to.
It's iVibrantLiving.com. You can click on my programs tab, or you can do again iVibrantLiving.com/life by design.
Again, thank you so much for having the insight for what people need and the ability to meet people's needs, to help everybody have a focus and achieve their God-designed life, that we're not living a life by default, but rather we can live a life by design as we learn exactly what God has for us and how to put a focus on that life and the spiritual gifts, the attributes, the talents He has given us. We put it together with your help, and we can achieve and live the life that He has designed. And just thank you for that, Donna, and I'm looking forward to hearing the testimonies of those who benefit from your course.
Me too. I've already got some, and I'm collecting more. So, yeah, me too. Thank you for this time to share with you guys. It's always a pleasure.
And thank you, Donna.
Do you, or does possibly someone within your circle of influence, feel they need some clarity on their strengths, gifts, talents, such that they can focus on those things on which they're good, focus on those things that fulfill a life purpose, perhaps God's calling in your life? But there's a possibility that you're going through a point of your life, there may be someone within your circle of influence who can identify with distractions. I feel like I just want to sit down with someone who can help me focus. Possibly you've had dreams, possibly you've had, as Donna says, some imaginations that could be a focus, could be a talent, could be a trait, could be a life goal you want to pursue, but you're uncertain if that is the way to go. You may be uncertain if that is the real focus of your life. Would that be a fulfilling passion to pursue? Again, God's calling in your life. Donna can talk with you in a complimentary calling with a purpose to help you determine if you're a right fit for this course, this 12-month course, and she can help you determine your life purpose, help you determine what your gifts, talents are, help you to focus on that which can be very satisfying life pursuit. Go to her website, iVibrantLiving.com, and look for the course that has a video associated with it, and Donna will solicit a call from you to determine if you're a right fit. She is being very specific with those who qualify for this course or otherwise best suited, and she wants to work with those who have the best opportunity to advance in their life pursuits, where the values, the personalities, and all considerations align to where there's a best fit. Donna will talk with you and help you determine if you are a good fit for her course, and together you can work together to determine exactly what that life pursuit and focus can be. We'd like to work with you as well. We can put you in touch with Donna. We're happy to work with you in any capacity. You can call us at 410-586-1875 or send an email to ron@thecooperculture.com or Marty, M-A-R-T-Y, at thecooperculture.com. We want to help you determine your life purpose, and we hope that we can warrant a 5-star rating. We hope that you'll want to subscribe to this podcast series. Engage with us. Let us know how Donna can help you pursue your life pursuits. And let's engage with each other, share with each other in the comment section. Let's help advance other people to help them achieve their life purpose. Marty and I each know that when we're right in the heart of what God's calling is, we know our spiritual gifts, our talents, how it all comes together to have a totally fulfilling life. We know how satisfying that can be. We want to help you determine that life pursuit and to put you on the course to being that person who is fulfilling God's design in your life. Let's share together, let's advance others, and let's move on to how we can share God's design with many others.